Good afternoon, How to Aviate back for part 2 of battle rifles. In part 2 we're going to talk about semi-automatic battle rifles, and I have 3 today here that are widely available, and the ammunition for all these is available as well. My favorite is a Russian SKS. I have 2 of these and they're very nice. Both of these that well, this one and the other one I have, were brand new when I got them. They'd never been fired. And this SKS firearm is just very caveman simple. It's probably the most underrated battle rifle of all time. It came with the bayonet is attached here. It comes with a non-attachable magazine, so you can't lose it. So you can't lose the magazine, you can't lose the bayonet. There's really nothing to fall off this gun. This sling is the one that came with it as well. Everything you see here is as it came. The only thing you need to complete this system is the ammunition. And this is a semi-auto gun, by the way. For those of you who are unfamiliar with semi-automatic actions, once you have chambered around and you have the 10 cartridges in here that are contained in the magazine, you could just pull this trigger, boom, 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 until all 10 are gone. So you don't have to work a bolt or anything. You just pull the trigger and it shoots. The best thing I can say about this is my girls can shoot this relatively accurately. It's once again a really pretty accurate gun. Doesn't have a lot of recoil. So because this is gas operated, a lot of that energy is spent in operating the gas system, and also the recoil is mitigated a bit by the movement of the bolt. So it's not a heavy recoiling firearm, and this does not fire a high-powered cartridge. This fires what is known as a real assault weapon cartridge. It's a 7.62 by 39. This is not an assault weapon, it's a battle rifle, but it does fire the same cartridge that the AK-47 fires in. So it's a very widely available cartridge, very inexpensive, about $200 per thousand, non-corrosive. So that's another good thing about this system, is that the cheap non-corrosive ammo is widely available. Be a decent gun for hunting, medium-sized game, up to medium-sized game, I should say, maybe large deer. Anything larger than that I wouldn't shoot at. So, great gun. The bad thing about it right now is they're getting rather expensive. 600 bucks, last gun show I visited, and that's about the last place I saw these, was at a gun show. I saw 5 or 6 of them. And so they're available out there, but you're going to pay a bit more. And there are a lot of them out there. People are hanging on to them though, because these are great guns and they've really seen, people have realized their value. Very practical gun, moderately affordable, ammunition very affordable. The parts and components for reloading, widely available. You can reload this puppy all day. So, SKS, Russian SKS semi-auto, 600 bucks. M1 Garand. This is a 30-06 firearm. That's a very high-powered cartridge. This, like the bolt actions we talked about in part 1, fires a high-powered cartridge. Recoil is moderate. It holds 8 cartridges in an in-block clip. Semi-auto again. The bad news is on 2 fronts really. The ammunition is pretty expensive, 30-06. The surplus ammunition is really dried up, and so the sport ammunition is really what you have to buy for this, and that's probably 75 cents to $1 per cartridge. So it's not cheap to shoot. Very effective cartridge, though. You can hunt anything with it. And the second bit of bad news is these are pretty expensive. These are about $1,000 bucks. Although I saw them at one of the pawn shops recently, the guy had a little shipment of them for about 700 bucks, and they were kind of rough. This one's a very pretty one. I redid the stock on this, so it's prettier than it was, but it was pretty to begin with. It came with a brand new barrel, The receiver is almost brand new, gas system, so it was in good shape. I think I paid, I don't know, $700-800 for this, so it's not an inexpensive firearm, and it's not cheap to shoot. So I don't know how practical this is for a lot of people. M1 Garand. My last one today is an M1 carbine. This shoots a really what's the equivalent to a pretty high-powered pistol cartridge. So I'm going to show this one to you. It's roughly the muzzle energy of a .44 Magnum, so it's not, nothing to sneeze at by any means. It shoots a 30 caliber, 115 grain bullet at about 1900 feet per second. It is also semi-automatic. Good news here is that the girls really like this gun. This is almost, very little recoil, loads with a magazine, whereas everything else we've looked at in part 1 and part 2 so far, loads with a stripper clip from the top. And this one, 15 round mags right in the bottom. You pull the mag out when it's empty, put another one in, and you're ready to go again. So, a little higher capacity, lower recoil. Cartridges are widely available, about $300 per 1,000, a bit more expensive than the SKS. Recoil's less than the SKS, not as high powered certainly as the SKS as far as the cartridge. You could hunt varmints with this in very, very small game, maybe small deer, but anything larger than that, it would be irresponsible probably to shoot with this unless you were just exceptionally close. The bad news is they're about $1,000. People have also seen the value of these for people of small stature, women, easy to shoot, semi-automatic M1 carbine. Availability is, you can get them, CMP, Civilian Military Marksmanship Program, CMP, Civilian Marksmanship Program, online have these, and the M1 Garands. And you can reload the cartridges for these, not a problem. So that's the third battle rifle, and we'll look at some non-battle rifles in part 3. See ya.